Hello, it's Payday, and I have no idea what's going on. My mind has just been on vacation mode because between us traveling, me traveling, us hosting friends who are traveling, my brain is not here. My brain is somewhere sitting out on a patio with a glass of wine and some almonds and some olives and some cheese. So, yeah, I don't know. Just opened up my budget. I got paid today. I don't know if I mentioned that. I guess I probably did. This time my take home was $3,840.67. Every time I get paid, I like to take my paycheck, stick it into this software that you see on screen, and I like to give every single dollar a job. I mean, I guess that's some of the peace of mind that comes from giving every dollar a job for me. And with this software is that I know that I have things covered. And at the point I am right now, we are a month ahead. So that means that June, all of our June spending that we could, predict has been taken care of already. And so I definitely think that that probably helps. I don't know what I'm talking about. I like I said, my brain has left the building. But anyway, out of this paycheck, 2 automatic investments came out. The first is $160, which went to my HSA. $670 went to my 401k, same as usual. And my partner did their usual contribution of $920 to our joint expenses. I think June is mostly okay, although there is one thing that I do want to change. Let's see here. So in taxes, registration, and fees, I just got my bill from my city for the taxes that I owe for my car this year. For some reason, it assessed my car's value at slightly higher than it did last year. So I had projected $600 based on anticipated depreciation of my car year over year. And, I thought the city would think my car is also worth less and therefore the taxes would be lower. But I actually am going to need $800 by July 1st. So I'll change that amount. And I guess I'll go ahead. Well, where am I going to pull this from? Hold on. Okay, I'm not going to assign it just quite yet, but I am going to update that. And I want the target to repeat yearly. Okay, so I think that's good. I think I'm going to pull this money actually from, where is it? From household goods, because we have been really, I guess probably because I haven't been here for half the month, that goes to show, but we were super under what we normally spend on household goods. So I'm going to pull this amount. I think I might pull the entire amount from household goods. So maybe I'll do, okay, how do I want to do this? Let's see. I guess initially it says I need $100 more there. So I'll move $100 from household goods to taxes. But I'm still going to be behind even for what I need for July now. So let me just see if I can get away with moving it. I'm pretty sure I can. Another $100 to taxes. Okay, we'll do that for now, and then we'll cover the remaining amount in July, I guess. I think that's fine. Yeah, whatever. We'll leave that for now. And then flip over to the month of July. And I think we'd set aside a little bit in holding that was left over from last month. So I'll go ahead and move that up. And if I remember correctly, we were working on fixed costs, which are those recurring bills, the things that you have to pay every single month to kind of get by. And it looks like we finished covering everything we needed to in the home category. So now I'll move on to food and drink. We pay for 2 meal kits every single month, and it comes out to about $300 a week. So I need, looks like $1,575 for July to be on track there. And then in the planes, trains, and automobiles group, first I have my car payment, which is $600. Then I have those taxes, registration, and fees that I just talked about. So now that is funded, yay. And then I like to give myself about $80 for charging. I usually have some rollover. So like this month I've spent some on parking, just doing fun things around town. And so I moved what I had allotted for charging to parking to cover that. So $80 is good. I can move stuff around that I don't need. And then I'll give myself $200 for my personal care. And we'll get into memberships and subscriptions. My cell phone that I pay to my family plan, to my parents, gets $60 a month. Netflix is $27 a month. We already covered premium connectivity, which is my car's data plan. Then we have Prime Video with the no ads for $4 a month. I'm glad I did that because I just saw that I think they're doubling the length of ads per hour from like 3 minutes to 6 minutes. So I don't know. It seems like they're leaning harder into the ad space. So $4, so I don't have to see any ads when I watch. Peloton gets $44 a month. Apple Music gets $15. Channy, my astrology app that I love, gets $14 a month. The Cutting Room Floor, which I probably, like a lot of other people, just started subscribing to after the Steve Madden interview. Like I've seen that podcast before, or like I knew about the podcast. I knew it existed, but I never really got into it until I started seeing clips come across my TikTok feed. And then with the Steve Madden interview blowing up and everything, I was like, let me just go ahead and subscribe. So $7 for that on Patreon, $10 for Apple Cloud Storage, $9 for YNAB, which is the software that I'm using to do all this budgeting, $8 for Chase Sapphire, I guess $8 for Blue Cash, $12 for Prime, which is coming out, I think, sometime soon. We already covered Costco. My Amex Platinum needs $120, and Amex Gold needs $28. And then also, I think I mentioned this a couple videos ago, but I did end up owing taxes in 2024. I made more money in 2024 than I had before, and I didn't realize that I needed to probably adjust my withholding. So anyway, I owed some money, so I'll set aside $300 there for the IRS so they don't come get me. Okay, and then savings goals. Well, let's see. I have $1,500 left. I am going to set aside $125 for healthcare stuff. I think I have some appointments coming up next month. And then guilt-free spending. We usually give ourselves $900 for restaurants and $350 for coffee for the month, so I'll fund those. And then I like to give myself $200 for guilt-free spending. So that's pretty much all that we have. I think just with like costs increasing slightly for things, so for some of our fixed costs, like what am I trying to say? Like our rent and our storage and our like building utilities, those, or our garage, I think those have gone up slightly. There's just been other little gradual bumps in some of our fixed spending. So I'll probably want to like reassess and see. We may need to just contribute like a little bit more to our joint account, so that way we can make sure that we stay on track for these other savings goals that we have. You know, I started off the first part of the year pretty strong, it looks like, in things like holidays and even gifts for others and mutual aid. So probably need to reassess to make sure that we have this. Oh yeah, and my tax, and owing taxes. That's this $300 that I would normally have to set aside here. So we'll figure out how to adjust that coming soon. And I guess I could also cover that with maybe, what could I cover that with? I don't know, maybe with interest that we get from our savings account. Anyway, I'll put that $9 into mutual aid. I actually want to just make this $10. So let me just go get 15 cents from June from stuff that's already come out for the month. So I'll move that to ready to assign, move that to ready to assign. Let me just adjust this target as well, because I don't know why I always have like $3 left over every month. So I'll just make this $13. Okay. And then I may move a little bit from my car payment that's left over. That's fine for now. So let's go back to July, drop in $1. So we're good there. Oh, I think that's another thing. I decided to add, earlier in the year, I like covered the rent for someone in our community for a couple of months, like 3 months. They are needing help again, so I did pledge to support in July. I did plan to support in July to cover their July rent, so I need to have that ready to go. So I think I'll go to, no, I think I need to go to I'll go to rainy day. And I know I'm like building this up, but I think I'm gonna move out $1,400 for their rent to the mutual aid category. And then I'll just have to like build that back up in the next couple months. So let me just move that there. And then I think we're good. I mean, that's all we've got for this month. So I guess we have to be good. We're a little bit underfunded, like I said, for July by about $300. We'll see how much we bring in from interest in our high yield interest account, and then see what else we need to do to cover the remaining gap. Anyway, that's all. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.